Former Congressman, Kwanzaa Hall. What's up, Kwanzaa? Where you at, champ? I ain't seen you in a minute. Fulton County Commissioner Natalie Hall. Solicitor General Keith Gamage. Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. I see you, player. It's funny how I used to party with people in college and then they get their whole lives together and shit. The dream is real, Marvin. State Representative, my sister from another, Mr. Inga Willis. How are you, Ing? State Representative Tanya Miller. Tanya Miller, how you doing, love? How you doing, sweetheart? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. The dream is still real. Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt. Pat. I love you, Pat. College Park City Councilman Joe Karn. Joe Karn. How are you, Joe? College Park City Councilwoman Jamil McKenzie. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the conversation. DeKalb County Commissioner Larry Johnson. Larry's in the building. Stand up and wave or no? He's drinking? Okay, cool. East Point Mayor Deanna Holiday Ingram. East Point is in the building. Atlanta School Board Member Ishay Collins. Ishay. We got 700 more names. Y'all bear with me. Gwinnett County Sheriff Kibo Taylor. All right. How you doing? President of Fulton County School Board Kimberly Dove. Kimberly Dove, how you doing? South Fulton City Councilwoman Carmelita Gums. Also, hey, how you doing? South Fulton also has Councilwoman Catherine Rawell in the building. All right, we almost finished with the list. This now is going to be the host committee. If you are on the host committee, I want you to stand up and wave and say hello. Ann Torres, thank you, Ann. It's not giving all the energy you gave me to do this. Okay, Ann. Cheryl P. Vidal. Yes, love. Lamont Franklin, Jackie Labatt, Cherie Whitfield. Cherie, what's up, boo? What'd I do? Sheree. God damn it, I was drinking yesterday. She by Sheree. Sheree is in the building. Stacy Dent, Dwayne Martin, Amy Fong, Jan Bryson, Erica Pines, Dr. Marcus Green, who also sponsored tonight's bar. If you got a drink in your hand, say yeah. You better thank that man. Jessica Washington, Adil Deveshi, Portia Sinclair, Corey Felder, Corey with a K. Another party promoter that was outside probably last night. Melissa Mullinax. How are you? Hope I said your name right. Donna Matthews. Hi, Donna. Beautiful smile. Lisa Nelson. Ain't shit. I love you, Lisa, in real life. We grew up together. But relax. Ain't nobody scared of you. Lisa Nelson. Bonnie Yoon. April Spencer. Hey, Bonnie. Asian woman in the house. Huh? She said that. Don't get... Kimberly Carter, Tiffany Magby, Monique Cheeks. Hey, Monique. Monique puts it on. Hold on. Monique got it on every time I see her. Show fly. Hello. And also Fred Hicks. Make some noise for the host committee and our elected officials. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly in a fight for democracy. Say amen. We have someone that if they do get in office, we will have a dictatorship. Say amen. And these superheroes on this stage tonight are here to join myself along with the Honorable Mayor, our 59th Mayor, Kasim Reed. Hey. We love you like cook food, Kasim. You saw I booked my shit early, didn't get paid or nothing. I said, I must love this Negro. Ladies and gentlemen, also welcome a great friend of mine. He runs Revolt Television. Detavio Samuels is in the building. Superheroes only. And speaking of superheroes, last but not least, a real shero if I ever seen one in my life. She is founder, co-founder of the Fearless Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up, make some noise for Arian Simone. Yes, we fighting with you. I was gonna say fuck 'em, but it's too early. All right, y'all. We have a serious discussion to have. I am gonna curse slightly, don't judge me. But this is a very serious moment that we are all having together. We are 61 days from an election that will change the narrative for our futures. And I want to start with Mayor Kasim Reed. Black men have been showing up in this space in a very weird way. We like to use, and we have to keep it real. This is a family discussion, correct? Correct? And we have to be honest. And I am disgusted with some of the disrespect I'm seeing from black men and some of the lies that are being believed from social media for them to act the way that they are acting. Kasim, I want to talk about this.
Well, that's really what tonight was about. So the idea of fight for democracy and tonight, everybody, was that summertime is over, Labor Day was over, it's time for playtime to be over. And so what has happened in Georgia and in the United States is room like this is the back room. And what matters in black politics, Kenny, which is why I wanted you here, it really doesn't matter what people say externally, it matters what we say to each other. And with black men, before Kamala Harris was the nominee for the party, there really was it doesn't make any difference. There's no difference between the two of them. Well, I'm here tonight as somebody that's known her since 2003, when she was an assistant district attorney who watched every single campaign that she ever went through, who knows that she pledged AKA, is from Oakland, California, that she's black.
Talk that talk. I like it when you get like this.
Always said yes to Howard University.
HU?
Before she ever ran for president, she charter day speaker, commencement speaker, always saying yes to black people. And so I'm here to really talk to black men, but also to activate black men, because so many of us who have the ability and the weight, Commissioner Hightower, to check other people, Paul Judge, have to check people now. Yes. I'm here to say, if we're in a barbershop to one, and you hear somebody talking crazy about a woman who's not done anything but be for black folks, that we engage. Because the hustle that Donald Trump and the Republicans are running, they don't want a lot of black vote. They just need to shave the black vote. And so we have to have real conversations. When people say Donald Trump sent you stimulus checks, no, he didn't. He just signed them.
And wanted to sign them, because that had never happened before that.
So the Democrats passed the stimulus checks, but because he was a marketer, he called them back and said, put my signature on the check. Right? And so the Republicans have blocked Joe Biden and Kamala Harris from releasing all of the aid to pay off black people's student loans, and they still paid off $170 billion despite opposition. If you got a grandmama somewhere who used to have to make a decision between a light bill and insulin, Kamala Harris capped insulin at $35 so she doesn't have to choose between insulin and lights. Kamala Harris cast more tie-breaking votes than any vice president in the history of the United States. And we're here one day after a tragedy that just occurred last night, and we're praying for the victims and praying for those who are still pulling through. The only gun reform in the United States that's been passed in the last 10 years was passed by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And so, I know Atlanta pretty well. And I know who has weight. And so when Fight for Democracy called me wanting to do some traditional thing, I said, what you really need to do is activate people that have weight. And you need people that have weight in Atlanta and give them agency and tell them, we don't want too much of your time. We are the back room. So I need 61 days. You all heard Donald Trump say, I just need 11,900 votes. That's all I need. I need the people in this room to win Georgia for Vice President Kamala Harris. If we win Georgia,
amen,
there is almost no way Donald Trump can be elected president of the United States. So I don't want to have some big fancy conversation, Michael Hightower, Mrs. Hightower. I want to talk about us guaranteeing that we personally ensure 20 people that we know go and vote on Election Day.
And we've done it, by the way. We did
Right?
it for the Biden-Harris
We
ticket
did it for
the
Joe
last
Biden.
time. We did it for Ossoff. We did it for Warnock. They were the deciders.
3 times for Warnock, because we know how to vote in Georgia, right? We don't need all this explanation. So
I love it when you get
people
spicy.
when people were asking me, I said, this is what we need. The people in this room call shots. That's why y'all got invited. Wasn't about no $100. It's about making sure that 1,000 people wasn't in the room. So you had to have $100, or else y'all know what? Y'all know how I get down.
Oh, all right.
So this is about activating Georgia and winning Georgia. Let's not get sophisticated and fancy. Y'all, this is the back room. And it don't matter what those people say. What matters is what we say. And any brother that has a problem with Kamala, let's talk to him. It's 61 days, y'all. They talking all this stuff about the percentage of the vote that Donald Trump's got. If Donald Trump had that percentage of the black man vote, he wouldn't be losing.
Amen. Well, I'm going to bring, I have a question for Arian specifically, though.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. Jump into there real quick, and then I got you, Arian.
No, you go ahead.
So, because I heard you ask a question about black men specifically, and jumping off of what Mayor Reed is saying in terms of like, this is the room where we get the movement. This is the room where we make things happen. And when I think about black men and when I look at black men, I'm like, what is going on that is causing us to feel like we want to put this man in office? I have no doubt that black women are going to get it right. They got it right the first time, right? Single digits. You hear me? I have no doubt that black women are going to get it right. Where I see the potential growth for Trump is with black men. And so I spend a lot of time trying to figure out, like, what is happening that is causing our black men to think that this man actually has something for them. And for me, I kind of boil it down to a couple of things. I think, one, we love a gangster. You know what I mean? Like, we love gangster. We love gangster movies. Give me Belly. Give me Scarface. Give me that dude who's like, I'm only moving on my terms. We love that. So much of hip-hop is rooted in, like, only, and Trump embodies that idea. So that's one. I think that but in a different way, right? I think the other thing that Trump gives us that, again, just, like, ties to our culture is this, like, anti-establishment, rebellious spirit, which is so prevalent in hip-hop. And so what I think black men are seeing is superficially somebody who aligns with the way that we want to be represented, somebody who aligns with the values that on my own terms, right? People who align with that. What I think we're missing is when this man gets in office, he's not thinking about you. There's not one policy that he's going to put in place that's going to help you and your family be better. In fact, everything he does is going to make life for you and your family be worse. And so as I try to jump on this boat that Mayor Reed is on, it's like we have to help black men understand that you have to see beyond the superficial. You have to see beyond. The man had the attempted assassination, and like all of a sudden he's Tupac. Like you can't trade on the culture like that. You're not rocking for us. And then I think the other point that you're talking about, Kenya, is not only is he not going to put policies in place that help us, but he's talking about a black woman that looks like your mama, your sister, your cousin. And we have to get black men that, like, you got to go a step below the superficial. Y'all too stuck up here. Y'all got to go 2-3 levels deeper. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but that's where I think the win is.
Yeah. Arian, do you want to touch on this point? You good? Okay. Well, you are going through many things that Project 2025 initiated and will continue to wreak havoc on our communities. Can you talk to the fact that you are actually experiencing the early remnants of 2025 and he's not even in office, and how that can affect the community?
Oh, yeah, I definitely can. Elections have consequences, point blank. I am in a federal lawsuit for alleged discrimination because I invest in black and brown women. And in this federal lawsuit, we have had 3 rulings, 7 judges. Of the 7 judges, 4 of them have been Trump appointed, 2 have been Clinton appointed, and 1 has been Obama appointed. All of the Trump appointed judges voted that we were in and ruled that we were basically in violation of the law for doing what we do. The Obama appointed judge and the 2 Clinton appointed judges ruled in favor that nothing was wrong with what we were doing. I run the nation's first venture capital fund that is built by women of color for women of color. It is, oh, thank you. It is backed by Bank of America, Ally Bank, JP Morgan Chase, and a host of other companies that have come along with us on this mission. Prior to the Fearless Fund's existence, black women had an average fundraise of $30,000. When we came on the scene cutting 7-figure checks. When the lawsuit hit,
I got one for one of my companies. And I'm not a woman. I just in business with a woman.
We literally were in diligence for over $150+ million when the court case hit, with a lot of big players. And we have seen what standing on business is. We have experienced like a loss of about 60 to 100 million just due to this lawsuit. So I have personally witnessed that elections have consequences. And I'm not here to give a Republican versus Democratic speech, because literally a lot of Republican policy is in favor of business. That right there proved that there was a Trump agenda. I do believe that some Bush-appointed judges probably would have ruled in favor of us. But it let me know right then they are on one accord. So we have to be on one accord. Point blank. So yes, I've experienced personally what it's like to be a victim of Project 2025 and their attacks of coming after civil rights. They're saying we're in violation of a civil rights law. I said, now I thought civil rights laws were put in place to help black folks. This is a very big irony here that we're in violation of a Civil Rights Act.
Yeah, and just like Fearless Fund was put in to help people, and they're attacking you for your service to your people. You talked about policies, and I want to talk about this because I'm looking around on social media. I'm hearing all the pundits on all the news stations. They're talking about policy. And that goes over a lot of people's heads. Me personally, I'm a witness to what she's doing in office right now with Biden. If you go to any major city in America, you see infrastructure everywhere. You see all the things that are happening because of the things that they are passing through law. Policies are important, but it's also important for people to understand what policies are. They're making decisions based on memes and things that are false narratives on social media. So how can people really get this information? Because they need it.
Well, one, on September 10th, I want everybody in this room watching the debate and using your social platforms, because you're going to hear the difference in policy. One group of folks has invested in the CHIP Act to invest more than 20 to 30 billion dollars to bring technology manufacturing to the United States. One has invested to make sure that Obamacare stays in place, and I'm calling it Obamacare. They're trying to take it away. And one group wants to vote to extend Republican tax cuts and add trillions of dollars to the debt. And Donald Trump has no other policy other than extending tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires. So while Kamala Harris is going to get on television on Tuesday and lay out all of these things that Democrats did for people of color, more black women federal judges appointed to the bench than literally the last 4 presidents combined. And we won't even talk about the first black woman Supreme Court justice. So on policy after policy, and infrastructure sounds really fancy, but infrastructure is roads, bridges, potholes, and it's the people that have the jobs building roads, bridges, and potholes. So if you're driving by a construction site and you see who's filling roads, bridges, and potholes, they look like the people in this room. So if you spend billions of dollars on infrastructure, what you do is you employ a diverse group of people and you make the economy at the grassroots level. And in every instance, the Republicans have been on the side of this kind of progress. So on Tuesday night, I want everybody locked in to the vice presidential debate. She's going to be amazing, and she's going to lay out what she has done. You know, people talking about Kamala Harris standing up for working people and ordinary people. I remember when President Barack Obama was president, in the middle of the mortgage foreclosure crisis. And President Obama's administration was telling her that she needed to take a smaller settlement amount for the people of California, $9 billion. She was like, President Obama, you're my guy, I love you, but you're gonna have to double it, give me $20 billion. That's when it matters. That wasn't Republican, Democrat. That was people.
Humans.
People who had been cheated by banks, and she stood up to a Democrat president and said, I want a $20 billion settlement for the people of California. That is life-changing. And so the point I'm making, the reason that you all are so important, I want you all to know it all. Because all I'm asking for and all we're asking for is 61 days.
DeTavio, you wanted to mention something?
Yeah, so jumping off of that, right, again, I'm going back to Mayor Reed said these are the influencers in the room. I think as you guys are watching that debate, what we need are translators. Like, policy is a difficult thing for a lot of people to understand. I'm not saying black people can't, I'm just saying the masses don't often understand policy. And where Trump has been brilliant over and over and over again is in simplifying messaging. Build a wall. I saw a black man said he wasn't voting for Kamala Harris the other day because she got a bad BBL. Trump says she got a bad BBL. It's literally like, how do you crystallize a message in like 5 words that then resonates with the people? She's going to be up there and be brilliant. What we need the people in this room to do is take that brilliance and then distill it into a way that is simple, meet the people where they are, and communicate it in a very simplified way that gets them activated. That's what Trump is doing, and we need way more of that on this side.
I love that. And Arian, I say this all the time. I think black women will save the world. I truly do. I was raised by black women. I've been married to a beautiful black woman. It'll be 25 years, October 16th. What can black women do and women in general do, to play their part in our communities? Because y'all can talk us off the ledge. Y'all can make us believe things we never believe. What are some of the things we could do? Because we need help.
I think that we are definitely leading the charge. Who in here is with Win with Black Women? Okay, I see Inga, I see a few hands in here. So we came with our receipts today and our work, okay?
Well, give them to us, Queen.
So yes, Reese with the receipts, whoever said it. Reese texted me this. She texted me this, y'all. So anybody in this room, if you guys are not familiar with Win with Black Women, it started about 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Can y'all be quiet in the back, please? Thank you.
Yes, 90 black women came together to make sure that we are put in place of politics, offices, et cetera, just making sure we're winning. we had a call that literally went viral when when VP Kamala Harris became the nominee, and it was over 44,000. Who were in the 44,000? Exactly. So we even took the initiative to train all of the others who wanted to do calls after us. So we've definitely been playing our roles. But here's Reese with the receipts. Biden-Harris Black Record created 2.6 million jobs for Black workers, achieving the record's lowest Black unemployment rate and Black-white unemployment gap. Black unemployment under Trump, the rate had surged, you guys. So increased Black wealth by 60% compared to the pre-pandemic Trump economy, the largest growth on record. Next, we have Georgia Pacific delivered $350 million to homeowners here and $60 million to renters for housing aid, provided tax credits to 2.1 million children, distributed 5.2 million relief payments for up to $1,400. The entrepreneurs in the room, the creative economy, expanded small business tax credit from $5,000 to $50,000. Yep, a lot of y'all got those checks. I have friends with those checks too. 19 million in small business applications, tax cuts for over 100 million Americans, you guys. Those are the creative economy stats, Georgia Pacific, and things overall. I asked for economic inclusion as being a venture capitalist. I wanted to be able to talk to how they were affecting the economy and what the economic policy would look like for us moving forward. So yes, the future is bright in the Harris-Walz administration.
Awesome. So we've been seeing this disrespect. I had posted a post on my page, and it was from the two beautiful young ladies that taught people how to say their auntie's name. They were like, comma, la, comma, la. And in my, comments, I saw what I thought to be Russian bots. It couldn't be this many people just talking shit for no reason. I could not fathom that my people would just be in my comments, but I'm going to their pages, and they actually follow me. And then I'm looking at I'm talking about NBA players, I'm talking about actors, I'm talking about all walks of life. And the one person that really bothered me, they said, well, what has she done for us to say her name correctly? And for me, I said, excuse my words, and keep the cameras on, nigga, do you love your mama? Was the first, I just left it there. Because if you can't say a woman's name out of respect, and we're not talking about just a person that was a lawyer, became attorney general, then senator, then, vice president of the United States of America, and went to Howard University, one of the most prominent historically Black universities in the world, but you can't have respect. So what are we doing, because what Donald Trump is doing, calling her a dirty dog and all, how are we supposed to maintain our cool? I'm 51, and I know I'm cultured, but I want to just turn up sometime because the rhetoric is getting out of control. But I think we can use that fuel in a way to get to these polls in 61 days. Otavia, because you supervise millions of kids, and these children, I don't know what is going on, child.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand it either. We're in so if you think about the era that we're in an era that says however somebody tells you they want to be greeted, that's what you owe them. If they say they are she, he, it, them, they, cat, furry, whatever, you're supposed to meet them where they are.
He said furry.
Right? So to be in a world where the other side is literally doing the opposite, refusing to meet her where she is, there's no bigger level of disrespect. And I go back to, what are key values that we have always had in this Black? Respect is one of the biggest values. Y'all go back to Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. You step on my shoe, that's disrespectful, I pop off. Where are we? He's literally disrespecting a Black woman every single time.
Every day.
Where are we as a people? So I personally also don't understand it.
Yeah, but I also think we don't call people out no more. If y'all follow me, y'all know I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, where is the accountability?
And that's why I think he asked me to come here, because we don't protect our women. And who are we as men if we're not protecting our women? That's a serious, actionable question. Because you stand up here and you support people that continuously deal us death, misogyny, drugs. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. Like, that man had issues. He clearly had issues, and nobody wanted to be. I'm just saying, who are we, black men? That's the question we need to leave out of here today and ask. Who are we? Who are you defending? Who are you protecting? It's not your community. 2 weeks ago in Mechanicsville, there people running around there with Fortnite guns and killed nobody that was doing the shooting, but killing 9 other people. What are we doing? Who's the big homie? And it can't be enough of you not saying, oh, I don't live over there. I don't live in none of these places, but I'm speaking up on I'm going to big facts. Wherever them hood motherfuckers is listening, I'm going to speak to those people. And we're not doing enough of that. You too good? Are you too good, black men? Are we too good? Because I'm getting to the point where we are going to be the reason if Donald Trump gets in office. We're going to be the black men, not black women. Y'all always mobilize. But us black men, we have some real issues. And how do we get past these things? Because a lot of people don't want to hear it.
But tonight was about stopping the flow. If you watched how the process was working, every day was just going by closer to the election. We were hearing all of this disrespect. We were talking about it casually, but nobody was putting a stake in the ground to stop the flow. And if you play around and keep letting things go, you end up on election day going, man, can you believe that? How did this happen? And so that's why I did want you, because I didn't want a soft moderator. I knew, right? So what I believe can happen is it's really easy for the people in this room to connect and for us to keep it going. Tonight's the 5th. The 10th is going to be another jet engine. The way campaigns work is you need the next theme. It's just like being hot. You need the next theme. Tonight's the 5th. We have the maximum amount of people that this place can hold and that Tricky would allow. It could have been double what we have. And if we would have not charged money, it would have been 1,000 people. Y'all know it.
You know how Atlanta get.
And in a minute, y'all getting ready to get Trauma, and he's going to do something amazing. But it's about stopping the flow. And let me big up black men, because we've been doing a lot of black male criticism. Black men are still going to be the second largest demographic voting for the Democratic Party in the United States of America, even with the hype. So I'm not disrespecting my brothers, but I am having a conversation with my brothers to tell you this man isn't for you. And I want us to start having conversations with each other. Chris Hicks, who's in the audience, gave me some of the best political advice that I had in my whole career, and I've been in the game a long time. It just matters what we say to each other. This other stuff, man, if we start in a cool way talking to other black men, we owe it to black women. Exactly. We don't even have to get to, we owe y'all.
Forever.
Y'all did it for Barack. When President Obama was running, it wasn't all that. Black women in line, beautiful. So we owe y'all. And what I'm telling y'all tonight is I know y'all are high-achieving people. But let me tell you something. I did 100 events for Barack Obama in 2012. I was on the Meet the Press Sunday after Sunday. I stood outside of auditoriums with Republicans across the street going at it. I made hot smokes and half smokes in Florida in flip-flops. And I'm here to tell y'all, 08 wasn't what mattered to Barack Obama. 12 is what mattered to Barack Obama. Because if he'd have lost in 12, everybody would have said it was a fluke, it was nothing, the country had made a mistake. And what I'm telling y'all tonight, with all the accomplishments that y'all have, there's nothing like electing a president. It's nothing like electing a president. And if the people in this room get out here and go at it, the way that y'all gonna feel on November 5th, when you look at your wife and your mother and your daughter and your kids, Barack Obama wasn't no fluke.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't no fluke. And when Kamala Harris, a black woman who is way qualified than both of the people on the other side. And I'm going to hand it over to my panelists and be quiet. How qualified did this woman have to be? How qualified does she have to be? Y'all, black people ain't number 10% of California. In the Bay Area, that ain't number 7%. How qualified does she have to be to win San Francisco? How qualified does she have to be elected Attorney General? How qualified does she have to be elected to the United States Senate? Y'all, J.D. Vance has been in the Senate 2.5 years. Right? So my point is, y'all, this woman, this black woman, is worth it. It's worth it. And so the 10th is going to be another boom. And after the 10th, we're going to need to figure out the next boom. And I don't know what kind of party Kenny's going to have. We all going to get somewhere again, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to keep going to October all the way through November. Because in October, they're going to spend an unprecedented amount of money saying this black woman ain't shit.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry, Maria. I'm telling you what's coming.
I love Kenny's question to black men, which is like, who are we? Who are we if we are not fighting for the people who are the bearers of our children? Who are we if we are not fighting for the people who are the biggest champions of black men on the planet? Who are we when we have someone that is so qualified and we sit quiet? Every village goes. As the kings go, the village goes. Black men, how is your village going? What are you doing to impact your village? What are you doing to point your village? And who are we when we can't take care of the people who wake up every day and take care of it? Who are we when we can't take care of the people who are the keepers of our secrets? Who are we, black men? Like, now's the time for us to set the stage, to set the tone. This is how the village goes. This is what it looks like. Again, black women gonna get it right. They gonna vote for Trump less than 10%, 5%, right? It's black men that you gotta be. Black men, who are we?
Bam, 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 bam. Make some noise for that. So as we get up out of here, I want to start with Arian. You know, we have all, you know, been in this community of Atlanta. Revolt actually brought their entire network here to Atlanta now. So big shout out to the Revolt team. We love and appreciate you making Atlanta your home. You know, but we've been here doing the work. I mean, this is a couple elections for the three of us. This is work that we tirelessly do on any media platform we can get a chance. But I want each of you to just give some marching orders. We need some directive. Keep it brief, and then we're going to get a few questions after that from the audience. We'll start with you, Arian.
Yeah, I got you. We were all huddling up to make sure everybody had a consistency on the CTA, the call to action. The call to action is everybody has to get a list of 20 people. And those are your 20 people who you making sure are voting on November 5th or an earlier election.
Start with your kids.
Yes, for President Kamala Harris. We're doing a simple call to action. You guys can even go to Fight for Democracy. Okay, I thought it was going to be on the screens, Ann. Never mind. You can still
One
go to the
thing
Fight
about
Democracy.
Arian, she going hold them accountable. Look at this.
Yes, so Fight for Democracy. Oh, thank you. Here we go. QR codes are up now. You guys can go to Fight for Democracy and get the information. But the call to action is real simple. It's 20 people, and you holding your 20 people accountable. Of course, all the men are going to do what you guys were talking about, holding other men accountable. But 20 people to the polls November 5th, go to the QR code. And if you missed that one, go to Win with Black Women.
Yes, Detavio.
Yeah, my next steps for the people in this room is to make sure that everybody that we interact with understands the gravity of this moment. Mayor Reed said, like I always say, it's the most consequential election of our lifetime. Mayor Reed, I heard him say, this is the biggest election in U.S. history. let it be super clear. If Trump gets in office, not just the U.S. is different, the world is different, right? Similarly, you put a black woman in office for the first time, you shift the algorithm in ways that we have never, ever seen or understood. And so we have to understand this is not about the fact that she got a BBL. This is not about, which she didn't have, clearly. This is not about the fact that you believe that Trump cut you stimulus checks. This is for the soul of the nation. This is for the direction of this world. This is the most important election of our lifetime, and we can't afford to sit out, and we can't afford to make stupid decisions.
Round of applause with the Tavio, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Our favorite forever, Mayor Reed, can you please share some parting words with the crowd?
I just want y'all to remember what it was like in 2012 for Barack Obama. I want you to remember what it felt like. I want you to remember how we stood in line. And I just want y'all to go home and know, as somebody that has played in that game, there is nothing more important than we can do over the next 61 days. I don't know whether y'all remember, but when President Obama got elected, they started finding black people to be in the meeting. This is life-changing stuff, you all. And I just want to assure you that it all matters. Just put up a post-it on the mirror, it all matters. And when we're talking about 20 people vote, we're not talking about texting 20 people or putting up a post. We're talking about getting in the gutter, grabbing 20 people, and really organizing to make sure that we had 20 people that vote. Think about Barack Obama. Barack Obama didn't win by big margins. He won by 10, 20, and 30 across thousands of precincts across the United States. And if you ever around and listen to him and Michelle Obama talk about it, they know that it was that one extra vote, that two extra vote, that three extra vote. And it doesn't sound sexy, but I tell you what is sexy. When they announced that your candidate is the 47th President of the United States of America.
Yes, sir. Make some noise for our panel, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget, Donald Trump said, and he said it to his beloved Christians, if you vote this time, you won't have to vote again. I suggest that play on your frontal lobe on your way to the ballot box this coming November. 61 days, y'all. Please donate if you can with the QR codes on the side, and let's fight for democracy. Peace.
Y'all stick around for DJ Trauma.
DJ Trauma did mine last night too. What's up, Trauma? Play some two-step music. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're around to talk to everybody too, guys.